Hey YouTube, this is EbMagician34. I'm giving you a Battle Spirits intro. A lot of people have been asking about this game because of the videos I posted. It's not really in big chain retailers right now, which is a real shame, but hobby stores and a couple of places online do have it. So this is just a real basic, quick intro. First I'm going to give you some card anatomy. Here you go, this is the Silver Scale Nithhogger. You can see, because it says right here, it's going to be kind of fuzzy guys, I'm sorry, this is the title. It's just like the title on any other card. There are three kinds of cards. This is a spirit. It's like your monsters or creatures. Up here you've got your cost, and I'll get to that for a second, but just for now, let's bear with me. This costs you 3. But up here you'll see little colored things, and there can be up to 6 you can see here. There's 1 right now though. This thing right here means that if I have one card of the same color on the field, I can actually make it cheaper. So if I did have one white card on the field already, I could make it cost 2. But if I had, let's say, 2, 3, 4, 12 white cards on the field, it still wouldn't matter because I can only reduce it by as much as 1. So these things are good. The more of these you have, and the more stuff you have on the field, the quicker and cheaper you can bring stuff out, which is good. These are characteristics, just traits. It's like a creature subtype, like Marauding Captain in Yu-Gi-Oh! As a warrior, that kind of thing. Well, the same thing you pay the costs with, they're called cores, by the way. You also have to put on and leave on these creatures. It's sort of like their life force. If they lose all their cores, they die instantly. And the number of cores they have determines what their level is going to be. This number right here tells you how many you need for level 1. This number right here tells you how many you need on this guy to make him level 2. And these numbers are their sort of like attacking, fighting, defending scores, that kind of thing. And then they've got abilities, which tell you what levels those abilities actually work on. Like this one says level 1 and level 2, so whichever level he's on, he still has this ability. And then it tells you when it works and what it does, which is pretty cool. And if he ever attacks your opponent and doesn't get blocked, I'll get into all that technical kind of stuff later, this is how many lives he inflicts to your opponent. It's got 1 jewel here, which almost every card is gonna, and right now they pretty much all do. This means he takes 1 life if he attacks directly. Over here on the mat, you can see that a player conventionally has 5 life. Those life are the same things that you pay for stuff with. They're called cores. You can use pennies, you can use the little plastic cores that come in the starter decks, you can use these if you actually have them. Yeah, and it's like I say, it's just how you pay for stuff. So, and then you can also use them to play stuff. So, if I were going to play this guy, he costs 3. I would have to reach in here. I don't have anything white on the field, so I'd have to take 3 out of here, my reserve. That's sort of like my mana pool. Just to play them, I take these 3, move them over here to this little trash area. They come back at the beginning of every turn now. Then I can take as many of these as I want and move them onto him right then and there. And that tells me his level and stuff like that. When he dies, anything that's on him goes back in there. But I think I'm getting ahead of myself, and I'll get into that kind of stuff later. That gives you a general idea. Not only are there these spirit guys, but there are also spells, which are exactly what they sound like. If it says flash, it can be played really quickly. Otherwise, it can just be during your main phase, pretty much, which is just your turn. They, too, have costs and reductions. This one has 2 little things here, which means I can make it cheaper by up to 2. But unlike spirits, these don't stay in play. They just burn up. You play them once, and they go. So, that's that. And the last kind of card is Nexus. And this is like a field spell or a permanent. You play it and it stays just like a spirit, but doesn't necessarily have to have any cores on it. But it does still have levels, and it tells you how many you need for that level and stuff like that. And it has effects for each level just like a creature, or a spirit. So yeah. And it counts toward cost reduction, which is good. These are really good because they don't die in battle, so they don't disappear. They're very hard to get rid of in the game, and they give you lots of good ongoing effects. So, these are actually really good. Spirits, need them to win to attack people to kill them. Spells, Nexus. Simple. Well, these cards are all white right now. Well, they're also white. They're also known as Diamond, which is the jewel for them. You can go by color or gem name. Doesn't matter in the game. There are 6 colors total right now. Next one is red. After that there's yellow. This was actually introduced in the second set. There's green. Blue, which was just introduced in set 3, which just came out. And purple. And I'll be getting into each of those in all the later videos I'm going to do to try to bring this out and see what y'all think. But yeah, it's pretty fast-paced. It's got a surprisingly deep level of thought. Very pleasing art. Go to bandaicg.com and look it up. Check it out. They got lots of instructional stuff, a lot more than I got. This is kind of a teaser. So my other instructional videos are pretty much going to focus on the colors and what they do. So yeah, like I said, go to their official site, check them out. It's a really cool game. And if your local hobby store doesn't carry it, bug them, ask them to get it. Try to get it in because it's a really fun game. It's cool to hang out with. I play lots of games. I've played literally dozens of games in my time, and this is definitely one of the best, and it's supposed to be very popular in Japan. So, yeah, until next time, rate, comment, subscribe, and enjoy.